Lay, did the video stop?
The loop stops, sir. We're just playing it one more round.
Yeah, okay.
Hi, everyone. We will soon start.
Lay, can you check the live stream from the City Savings?
Good morning, everyone. Let us all welcome Mr. Joel Santos to welcome us in this session. Sir Joel.
Good morning. Let me just share my video first. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us at the start of the day. I am Joel Santos, the president and co-founder of FEMS International School. We're the proponent of this Heroes 2021 project, which actually means Help Educators Rise to Online Education for School Year 2021. This project is actually made possible with the generosity of Union Bank, City Savings Bank, and the UBP Accelerator program of the Union Bank. So I'm going to talk about the program and the background, and hopefully this will encourage more DepEd teachers to actually enroll in it. Can you see my screen already, Late?
Sir.
Yeah. So welcome, everybody. I'd like to give you a background of the Heroes 2021 project. I am Joel Santos, the president and co-founder of FEMS International School. And Heroes 2021 stands for Help Educators Rise to Online Education for school year 2021. And it is made possible by Union Bank, City Savings Bank, and the UBP Accelerator program. So we are now in the new normal, and new normal means we are locked up in our houses. We cannot go to classes. Our students are virtually separated from us. And the only way to move forward is through online learning. One of the most effective ways to go forward is through online learning. So the Heroes 2021 is actually a two-stage rapid training program to ensure that 100% of DepEd teachers in the country are ready for online learning for the school year 2021. Alam po natin, iba sa inyo magmo-modular muna. Di ba? Printed modules. But printed modules are not sustainable. Pwede po tayong magsimula sa printed modules, pero napakamahal po mag-execute ng printing of modules. At kaya po tayo na-delay, mayroon pa nga mga modules na hindi pa po napiprint. Kaya po na-move ang ating start of class to October. With online learning, once we're able to address certain issues, we will have to move to online learning because that is the more efficient, more effective way to deliver education during this pandemic. This is how most of the schools in the world are delivering education now during this pandemic. So our goal is to train 100% DepEd ed teachers during this school year. And because no matter what happens, this is a skill that you will use forever. So 2 stages po to. Okay? Ang pinakauna po is called the Flexible Learning Toolkit 101. You will get a Philippine certificate for that one. Yung stage 2 naman po, it's called Create Your First Online Course. You will get a Singapore certificate. So these are certificate courses with assessment. Hindi lang po to webinar, and I'll explain to you a bit more. A little bit about us, PEMS International, as the proponent. We are the country's first international college. We have embarked on our digital transformation since 2018. So basically, we have been doing online education since 2018. So ano yan? Face-to-face saka online. Hindi po kami online school. We are a traditional school, but we have capabilities in online learning. So we started this in 2018. Tapos ang nangyari po, nung dumating yung pandemic, nag-shift po yung buong school to 100% online learning. Naging virtual campus po kami. So PEMS International is one of the few who successfully finished the school year online. 9 out of 10 of our students say that our online program has been an effective way to replace face-to-face, given we had no choice. And they were able to finish. So wala pong na-delay, wala pong na-disrupt sa aming mga estudyante. And now, we want to share, hindi po sa dahil magaling kami, no? Pero 2 years of experience po, marami na po kaming pagkakamali at medyo natuto na po kami. So now we would like to share that knowledge to the Department of Education and to other schools so that we can all, successfully move forward from this pandemic. Ngayon, ang kasama po namin sa training ay 2 institution. They are called our learning partners. Ang pinakauna po dyan si EduRescue. EduRescue naman po was set up really to help teachers during this pandemic. So it's a training institution also para po siyang emergency response to provide you immediate courses to help us transition during this pandemic. Ang second learning partner naman po natin is AcadAsia. It's a Singapore company. EduTech po yan. It means they are really focused on technology for education. They're a mission-based Singapore company that they want to democratize education for all. So yan po yung 2 learning partners ng PEMS. So kaming 3 po ang magiging main certifying bodies nyo during this time. And we will be supported then by our experts who will be giving webinars. And I will introduce them later, but most of our experts will be coming from Union Bank. They're all Microsoft certified trainers. So kwento ko lang po na during the lockdown, as I said, nag-open po kami as PEMS sa 100% online learning. So, nag-convert po kami from online registration, online enrollment, online payment to online learning. So, nag-full virtual school po kami. Ito po yung mga estudyante namin as they're going through their session. Ito po yung aming learning management system. FreeDue po yan ang pangalan, and it comes from Singapore. And as you can see, we continue to do different types of implementation of our online learning. So ito po yung sinabi ng isang estudyante, PEMS did a good job of humanizing technology. The online experience went really smoothly and beyond my expectations. The quality of learning that was received was no less than what we could have received if the classes were done in a face-to-face setup. Ang keyword po dyan is humanizing technology. Alam nyo, kahit na ano pong technology ilagay natin, ang pinaka-importante pa rin ay ang teacher tsaka estudyante. It is still that relationship between us as teachers and students that determine the success. we know connectivity is important, we know technology is important, we know gadgets are important, but the most critical component is still the relationship of the teacher and the student. Also, we are now in a virtual environment. So, tawag po namin dyan, humanizing technology. Okay. Now, eto naman po, galing sa isang lecturer, sabi niya, it was a good day in the end. I'm happy with my class, perfect attendance. All focus on interactive discussions, deliver the quiz, surprise the quality of responses, the online participation exceeds my expectations. So, ang mga teachers po namin sa SEMS, 2 taon na po namin tinetrain yun sa online learning. So, medyo sanay po sila. Pero nung nag-pandemic, iba pa rin po pag 100%. So ngayon, we're really hoping that you will also end up with that same experience as a SEMS lecturer saying, it was a good day in the end. Diba? And that's why we are giving this training program for free, mainly because of our sponsors, City Savings Bank and Union Bank. So after 2 years na nga po, we want to help other schools. 2 years na po kaming nag-aaral ng online learning and we really want to help other schools. Importante po sa atin during this pandemic, no school, student, teacher will be left behind. And that's why we all partnered together, Union Bank, City Savings Bank, UBPS, to deliver this Heroes program, Heroes 2021 program to all of you. So, ito po ang approach natin. Ang learners po natin ngayon, Gen Z. Diba? Ano po yan? Digital natives. So they already were born with a cell phone, parang umbilical cord na po nila yan. Then from Gen Z learners, we will have to learn how to do a flipped classroom approach, which means dapat pong mag-aral in advance ang ating mga estudyante before we have our classroom session, virtual classroom session. And then all of you will be trained to become e-facilitators or e-teachers. This is the requirement for flexible and online learning. And even if the pandemic ends, kailangan pa din po natin itong knowledge na to because, you know, we are living in a VUCA world, volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. That means lagi po tayong may crisis, either natural disaster, volcanoes, storms, typhoons, or whatever. Lagi po tayong may disaster sa Pilipinas. So this flexible and online learning is what we really need to be able to continue the education of the students no matter what happens. Tama na po na every time may bagyo, tigil ang pag-aaral. Kailangan po tuloy-tuloy. And flexible and online learning is the solution. So, ito po ang description ng Heroes 2021, di ba? As we said, it stands for Help Educators Rise to Online Education for School Year 2021. This is a unique training course. Hindi po to webinar lang. It is a course, okay? You will experience being an online student. The best way to become a teacher is to feel how it is to be an online student. So going through this course, kayo po ngayon ang estudyante. Kayo naman po ang aming tuturuan how to become an online teacher. So as you go, this is the kind of same experience we would like you to actually experience and also deliver to your students. So dalawa po yan, synchronous tsaka asynchronous. Ano po yung asynchronous? Self-paced. That means once you are on the site, the heroes2021.org site, you will get your self-paced, bali your own time, you will be learning on your own. Tapos meron naman po tayong live synchronous training. Ito po ang pinakauna yung live training. Diba? So yan po yan ha. Remember there are two. You will have to go to the heroes2021.org site, register there. You will get your self-paced training there. And then please join the live sessions that are also available as a schedule in the website. Ito po ang pinakauna nating live training session. So ang stage 1 niyo po, the participants who finish this will get a SEMS EduRescue Achievement Certificate. So stage 1 po yan. Ang stage 2 naman po, pag pumasa na kayo sa stage 1, you will now get a SEMS AcadAsia Singapore certificate. So you'll be a certified trainer from Singapore. So lahat po ng mga course na to ay may assessment. Don't worry about the assessments. Kayang-kaya niyo po yan. You know? We're not here to fail you. We're here to train you. So that assessments are just going to help you remember. Mahirap na po pag walang konting pressure, di ba? So the assessments are not difficult. They are here to just help you move forward. Okay. So you have to finish stage 1 before you can go to stage 2. Okay? So, nagsimula po itong programa to sa DepEd NCR. So in 3 weeks, 10,250 DepEd NCR teachers were already trained. And we're now trying to bring the program to the rest of the country. And so, we are welcoming you to the Heroes 2021. 10,250 na po na mga kasama nyo ang na-train. Huwag po kayo magpahuli. It is your time to catch up, di ba? We all have to reach the goal of being 100% trained for the start of the school year. So, ito po, for stage 1, punta po kayo dito, kunan nyo po to sa heroes2021.org. Ito po yung registration form. Please fill in your coupon code. Ang course po na to is worth 3,500 pesos. Libre na po to dahil sa Union Bank at City Savings. So pupuntahan niyo po ang City Savings rep nyo or Union Bank representative to get the coupon code. Kundi po magbabayad kayo ng 3,500. Diba? So libre po to para sa inyo. Kunin nyo lang po ang iyong coupon code sa City Savings or Union Bank representative. Okay. Please don't forget that. Mamaya po, magbibigay po kami ng mga contact persons na pwede nyong kunan ng kanyang coupon code. So pagpasok nyo po sa registration, nakikita nyo po ito yan. Flexible Learning Toolkit Stage 1. Tapos pumunta na po kayo sa registration sa baba. Ito po ang itsura ng website after you register. So with that, I welcome you to Heroes 2021 Help Educators Rise to Online Education for the school year. Brought to you by Union Bank, City Savings Bank, and UBP Accelerator. Kami po ang mga trainees nyo, Thames International, ACAD-Asia, at EduRescue. So ito po ang pinakauna nyong webinar. Ang lahat po ng trainers nyo are Microsoft Certified Trainers from Union Bank. Siguraduhin po natin, after this, you register na sa heroes2021.org. Pindutin nyo po yung Union Bank City Savings. At doon po magsisimula ang inyong asynchronous classes. So today, let me introduce to you your trainers. Siya po. Okay. Webinar po natin today, Understanding Our Learners from Basil Avelino, Ben De Asis, and Jennifer D. Tuco. Okay. Thank you and good luck with your online teaching journey. Ito po si Joel Santos ng Thames International School. Mabuhay po kayong lahat.
All right. Thank you very much, Sir Joel. So before we start off, I would like to introduce po, I'm Den De Asis. I'm part of Union Bank's HR group. So I'm working under our talent acquisition team. Talent acquisition, kami po yung mga nagre-recruit ng mga tellers natin, mga branch managers, branch officers. Pero more than branch officers and tellers sa bangko, marami rin po kami ibang trabaho. Kasi akala usually ng mga kakilala ko, teller din ako, and I work in the branch. So meron rin po kaming ibang work. So meron kaming HR, meron kaming IT, meron din kaming ibang departments. So with me today, si Miss Jenny and Miss Bass. So Miss Jenny, a short introduction lang po.
Hi, then. Hi, good morning, teachers. By the way, I'm Jenny D. Tuco. I've been with HR handling benefits before, and now I'm handling as admin assistant for the HRG.
For the HR group. Miss Bass, hello.
Yes, hi everyone. Good morning. I am Bass. My complete name is actually Basili Alessandra, but in short, it's just Bass. I work also in Union Bank, and I'm also part of the Human Resource Group or HR group, just like Dan and Miss Jenny. Good morning, and I hope we will all have a very productive morning.
Yes, indeed. So with that, magandang umaga po sa ating mga kapitapitagang guro, ang ating mga pangalawang magulang. So dahil buwan po ng Agosto, tayo ay nagdidiwang ng buwan ng wika. Okay. Ayan. Buwan ng wika. Ayan. So Let me now share my screen. Hindi ko po kayang panindigan na malalim na Tagalog all throughout. No? Maraming salamat po. Ayan. So, sharing. Okay. Just wanted to check if everybody can see my screen now about flexible learning. Okay. Yeah. So, first off, I would like to share with everyone what is flexible learning. Flexible learning actually has a broad meaning to it because it encompasses different types of being flexible. Okay, flexible in terms of assessment, flexible in terms of providing your lesson plan or sharing your knowledge to your learners. But most importantly, before we actually get to what is flexible learning and how we can actually implement it in our own classrooms, virtual classrooms nowadays, no, we must first understand or have a quick review of understanding our learners. Understanding our learners now, as Sir Joel have mentioned, they are digital natives. Yan. Well, for me, ako medyo millennial na lang po ako. Kasi I'm still part of the millennial group technically. Pero naabutan ko po yung time na beeper pa lang, na beeper pa lang, tapos may malaking phone, may payphone, yan. So yun yung mga exciting times, di ba? I'm sure maraming nakaka-relate, lalo na yung mga mahilig mag-friendster natin na teachers. Ayan. So, I think ang similarity ng Union Bank with THEMS International is in terms of our purpose. So, no one will get left behind in terms of, sa THEMS, it's the teachers. For us naman, no one gets left behind in terms of growth, economically, internally, and externally sa aming company. And of course, naglista ako ng medyo madami dito. So, nagustuhan ko kanina yung sinasabi ni Sir Joel about humanizing technology. So, humanizing technology is more about bringing the experience to your students. So, similar also to Union Bank, being an online or digital bank, we still wanted to humanize the experience. How can we make a difference in designing the experience? Well, for us, it's relationship. For our teachers, it's designing the experience and engaging our learners. So with that, let's now move on to the next slide, to the next part of the program. Miss Jen?
Hi, Dan. Thanks for that
Hello.
nice. Hi, Dan. Thanks for that nice intro. Good morning, dear teachers. Hi, hello again. I am Jenny. Actually, I'm a mother of three equally created yet different kids. Do you believe that we are all created equally? But we are not the same. We have our own differences. Do you agree that this is the same thing with our students? Dear teachers, you may want to watch this video to learn more about. Then,
Okay, I'm pretty much sure a lot of teachers are familiar with this video, so let's watch this together.
Easy, but Grammarly can help. This sentence is grammatically correct, but it's wordy and hard to read. It undermines the writer's message and the word choice.
Hi,
Okay.
can you see my screen now?
yes, thanks. So, dear teachers, how do you find po yung video na napanood ninyo? Meron ba kayong naaalala or nakaka-relate po ba kayo na itong scene na to most probably nakita nyo na or kayo mismo yung naka-experience nito. Sa palagay ninyo, bakit itong batang si Ishan ay kakaiba? Sa palagay nyo ba, na-meet yung kanyang learning needs ng mga taong nakapaligid sa kanya? Alam ko maraming tumatakbo sa inyong isipan. At alam ko na may mga iba sa inyo na nakapanood na rin ng kasunod nito. Kaya gusto ko sana sa inyo na encourage kayo na yung mga thoughts ninyo ay i-share nyo with us through the chat box. Wala pong tama or mali na kasagutan. So, tayo na po, mag-share na po tayo ng inyong mga thoughts sa chat box. So, bago nyo po, while you are doing that, I'd like to turn you over to Ms. Bas, who will introduce to you the concepts of learning styles. Ms. Bas?
Yes, hi. Okay, so back when I was in high school, I can even actually now, I can still remember how my teacher writes or a certain formula, math formula, A plus B equals C. And then I can visualize it and then I can remember it. Even if I close my eyes, I can really see or I can visualize things and understand it. Now as an adult, I also prefer that because I actually do yoga. So I ask my teacher, okay, teacher, please show me and I will copy it. So that's actually some of the instances that I can say I learn best. So each one of us are our own way of learning information and ideas. So learning style, that's actually called a learning style. So it is actually the preferential way of students to absorb, process, comprehend, and retain information. So I think the operative word here is actually the preferential way. So lahat naman, kumbaga doon tayo mas komportable. Ako, halimbawa, mas gusto ko yung nakikita ko at naririnig ko para mas maintindihan ko. So not everyone has the same learning styles. So sometimes it's also a mix or minsan may dominant, kumbaga, na learning style on each student. So now, let's, it actually, so each one of us learns also differently. So let's take a step back and refresh our minds to understand what are those learning styles. Then,
Yes, that's right, Miss Bas. We all have our different learning styles. So going back to the tradition, according to Fleming and Mills, we have the VARK model. So have you ever heard the joke of barking up the wrong tree? Joke lang. Yeah, so remember VARK? So it stands for visual, auditory, reading or writing, and kinesthetic. So I believe that every one of us has a domain way in terms of learning new things. Like let's say, ako po, sorry po sa Filipino teachers ko nung high school. Natatandaan ko po yung time na Noli Me Tangere, El Filibustrismo, Ibong Adarna at Florante Laura. Para po maintindihan ko yung bawat chapter o bawat nakalimutan ko na po yung Filipino mo. Bawat chapter ng libro, nagpapakwento ako sa kaklase ko kung sino na yung nagbasa. O anong nangyari, hindi ko masyado naintindihan eh. Kahit na patuloy ko siyang binabasa, yung bawat kabanata, hindi ko talaga siya naiintindihan agad dahil masyadong malalim yung ibang mga salita. At hindi siya yung way na kung paano na dinedeliver sa akin na mas naiintindihan ko ang bawat kabanata kapag kinukwento siya sa akin. Nakabisado ko po yung mga kabanata dahil sa graded recitation. Anyway, okay. So let's now define the meaning of work by going into details. So first off, we have visual learners, which will be defined by Miss Jenny.
Hi then. So, ito na po tayo ngayon sa first learning style, which is the visual. So, what is a visual learner? Ito po yung mga tao na madaling mag-response or matuto kapag nakakita po sila ng mga maps, arrows, circles, charts, diagrams, or mga patterns. Madali nilang na-relate yung kanilang nakikita sa pag-aaral nila. Gusto ko lang pong i-share sa inyo during ng mga early years, mga early childhood learning ng aking mga anak. I have 3, kaya tulad na nasabi ko nga po sa inyo nung una. So, lahat ng ito ginawa ko ng kanilang mga preschool pa sila. Usually po, nagpapaskill kami sa mga dingding namin ng mga daily na mga lessons nila. Nilalagay po namin to sa mga makukulay na mga bond paper, drawingan namin. Alam nyo naman po, pagka first na baby, first na anak, marami pa po kayong time. So usually yan po lahat ng mga lessons nila everyday, nilalagay namin dun sa mga area na kung saan madalas kami nag-stay. Sa kitchen, sa sala. So every time, dinadaanan niya ng bata, tinitingnan niya. Napansin namin na kapag dumarating na yung mga long quizzes every Friday or mga periodical tests, mataas yung nakukuha ng mga anak ko. At hindi na sila nahihirapan na mag-review pa kasi parang nandun na siya lagi. So napansin ko, sino sa mga anak ko ang may katangian na natututo sila through visual. Kayo ba, mga dear teachers, are you a visual learners? Miss Bas, Miss Den, are you one of the visual learners?
Ako po, visual learning is best to me kapag you are teaching me a math problem. One of my struggles when I was in grade school is that I can't easily solve math problems by just thinking about them. I have to write them down. I have to see how many apples, how many mangoes. So kapag may graded recitation po kami sa math, hindi po ako tumitingin sa teacher ko, nakaganyan lang. Nakayuko lang ako para hindi ako tawagin ng teacher ko. Ayan. So it's one of my struggles and it's good that I was able to learn about it because I have to visualize on my own. How can I easily understand math equations? Yeah. So I think visual learning is best for me when it comes to math problems.
Oh, that's nice. So, ako rin, ganun din yun. During nung nag-aaral ako, pati hanggang ngayon na nag-work na rin ako, parang nag-a-apply din sa akin yung visual learning. How about you, Miss Bas?
Actually, it's actually a mix of both. So, for math, yeah, that's right. I think for math talaga, mas maganda talaga yung visuals. Sabi ko nga, mas nai-imagine mo or na-visualize mo. But there's also another type of learner, which is an auditory learner. Then, can we move to the next slide, please? So, an auditory learner naman is the one who learns by hearing and listening. They understand and remember things the way they have heard it. So they store information by the way it sounds and has an easier time understanding spoken instructions than written ones. Rather than, mas gusto nilang naririnig yung teacher kesa sa yung babasahin lang nila yung instruction or yung lesson. So they often learn by reading out loud because they hear it or they speak it in order to know it. So most probably, ito yung mga students na they would like to engage in conversation or oral recitation. Gusto nilang mas makarinig ng lesson sa teachers rather than reading them. So an auditory learner probably hums or talks to himself or others if he becomes bored. I remember back in high school, I need to say out loud those memorization lessons. I don't know if it's heck kasi pa ba ngayon. Hindi ko na po alam, pero at my time, nahalata po yata yung age ko. So hindi, kasi di ba maraming memorization. So pag memorization, I need to really say out loud so that I get to understand or really retain that kind of information. So for music naman halimbawa, in order for me to memorize a song, I really need to sing it out loud. So auditory learners hear things in order to learn well. So the next type of learner is...
So for the next type of learner, we have reading or writing. Okay, so majority of our students and our teachers actually prefer this way of learning. So even in the corporate world, okay, reading and writing is very important when it comes to learning. Why? Dahil kapag nagbabasa tayo, doon natin nakikita yung imagination or kung gaano tayo ka-creative. Reading and writing, this is actually one of my fortes in learning. So, kaya favorite ko po ang English, Filipino. Magaling po ako mag-Filipino kapag sinusulat. Okay, so disclaimer ko po yun. Alam ko po yan sa sarili ko. Na-evaluate ko na po yung sarili ko. Mas magaling po ako mag-Filipino kapag nagsusulat ng mga talata, nagbabasa. Yan. And reading, of course, especially in English, it really helps me grow much further in terms of enriching my vocabulary. Ayan nga. Ika nga ng ating mga guro dati. And naalala ko tuloy dati, English speaking zone. So kapag nagpunta ka doon, bawal ka mag-Tagalog. Yan. Ayan. So reading and writing, how do we address these students? This is our usual manuals, reports, essays, and assignments that we give to them. So this way, they're learning on their own, absorbing through reading and writing. So there was this experimental lesson, teaching a lesson before, experimental way, which they have called, I think they're Filipino psychologists or psychometricians who actually coined the term of dynamic learning program. So this way, this was implemented in my high school before, wherein students spend majority of our class hours writing and doing activities on our own. And then parang 5 minutes or 10 minutes lang yung discussion with the teachers. So we get to learn in advance. We get to read in advance. Read and write. Okay, so wala kaming homeworks. Lahat po sinusulat lang namin sa paper, and then we submit the activity every end of the class after the discussion of the teacher. So this way, according to their study as well, is that mas mataas po yung retention ng pagkakaintindi dahil kami po mismo yung nagbasa, umintindi, kahit anong subject pa po yan. Ayan. So, reading and writing, very common to among us. And of course, we have next. Naalala niyo po ba nung time na nag-shift pa tayo? I'm not sure sa mga bata ngayon, pero I think naabutan niyo po yung time na we are shifting from books, actual hardbound books or paperbacks, to learning from an iPad or learning from a laptop. Okay. Medyo mahirap to, especially sa mga kinesthetic learners. I'm a kinesthetic learner when it comes to science. And when it comes to, let's say, very technical things like creating a PowerPoint, creating a shared folder, creating a website. Okay. Kinesthetic learner, they learn best in simulated learning, simulated realities, application ng theories. Yan. So, simulated learning, reality, demos. Diba, pag teacher kayo, or if you're still studying education, part of your learning or your curriculum is that you do class demos, right? Because that's already a movie of real things. Taste. Yan. So sa mga future chef, yan, mga learning cooks, taste. Or simply put, this is for kinesthetic learners, it's learning by doing that they actually learn best. Yan. So kayo, Miss Bass, Miss Jen, any experience before na naaalala niyo yung pagiging kinesthetic learner niyo?
Ako, kasi bata pa lang ako, mahilig na akong magluto eh. So,
Wow.
bilang nag-iisang babae sa pamilya, responsibilidad ko. Pero, no, talagang hilig ko talaga yung pagluluto. Pero from cooking, nung bata pa ako, na-relate ko yun sa science. Which is, habang na nag-aaral ako, actually, best in science ako. Kasi favorite ko talaga yung subject na yun. Hindi naman sa pagmamalaki. So, malaking bagay yung mga nakikita ko sa paligid, na ginagawa ko, tinatouch ko, para madali kong maintindihan yung subject na science. Ikaw naman, Bas?
Actually, parehas tayo, Miss Jen eh. Before, I really love laboratory work. Whether it's a computer lab or a science lab, titingin ka po sa microscope, titingnan mo yung mga bacteria, whatsoever. Mas maganda yung nakikita mo mismo at na-experience mo paano gumamit ng microscope, ganon. Parang field trip. Mas maganda pag yung sociology, mas maganda kung nakikita mo talaga yung mga antiques, yung mga, may ganon. So, yung mga kinesthetic learners. So, when you become an adult, you really learn by actually doing those things. So, ganun po yung mga kinesthetic learners.
Naalala niyo ba dati na nagpapatubo tayo ng munggo dahil sa experiment natin? Naalala ko yan nung lockdown dahil mahirap nga na humanap ng mga iba-ibang mga sangkap. Parang ang pinakamadali na lang yung patubuin daw yung toge. Which is nakakatawa kasi yung mga anak ko rin, naaalala nila. Sa mga participant ba natin ng mga teachers, sino ba dito sa inyo ang nakakaalala na minsan sa buhay natin nung bata tayo, sa science class natin, nagpatubo tayo ng munggo. At tinignan natin doon kung kapag ito bang munggo na to ay nilagay natin sa madilim, sa maliwanag, sa ganitong klaseng soil, ito yung magiging resulta niya. Meron ba dito na hindi nakadaan sa ganong klaseng experiment? Ini-encourage ko kayo na magsagot dyan sa chat box kung kayo ay naka-experience sa pagtutubo ng munggo.
Ayan, meron may tissue, sabi Miss Jenny. Naranasan nila yan. Elementary.
Yes.
Munggo sa plastic cup. Ayan, recycling. Yan. Natatandaan ko pa nun, Miss Jenny, part of our science class, anong tawag doon? Soybeans. Yan.
Oo, bigger than
Soybeans, corn, dicotyledon, monocotyledon, din ang mas mabilis tumubo. Ayan. Favorite ko po as a kinesthetic learner are field trips, sabi nga ni Ms. Bass. Favorite ko magpunta sa mga museum. Ayan. Kasi doon ko po nakikita yung mga artifacts. Ayan. I get to see a reality of the past. Ayan. So, history. Alright. So, I think kanina meron nang nag-mention ito sa chat or comments, Ms. Jenny, nung present natin si Ishan. Yan. Every child is a star.
Nakita ko nga.
So, actually, this is the 8 multiple intelligence theory by Gardner. So, Gardner has a more futuristic approach when it comes to our intelligence. So he's simply saying that every person has their own domain or has their own specialty when it comes to learning. Everyone is intelligent. We all have our own specialties. It's just that we shift from one domain to another mode, depending on our needs, right? So, sabi rin dito, Gardner's theory of multiple intelligence also tackles on the person's or the individual's personality. Okay? So, yung personality pala natin, yung interest natin and motivation also affects the way how we learn. Okay? So, to give us a better overview of the Gardner's 8 multiple intelligence, so we have this. We have visual or spatial. We have linguistic or verbal, interpersonal, intrapersonal, okay, logical and mathematical, musical, bodily or kinesthetic, and naturalistic. Okay, so you get to see the similarities of these concepts from work. So work is like our 4 core pillars, and then expounding it more dito sa multiple intelligence theory ni Gartner, we actually have subcategories pa, no? So maraming way. So one can be good in sports, but the other one can be good in logic. One can be good in singing, and one can be good in painting. Yan. So I think very familiar dito yung mga teachers natin. Nakikita ko yung mga chat nyo, Ang dami, mga laboratory. Okay. So visual or spatial, so these are more of visionary people. Okay, just like sa visual learners natin, patterns, maps, diagrams. Okay. Linguistic or verbal, they're more into words. They understand better through hearing, just like auditory. Okay. And then bodily and naturalistic is like being a kinesthetic learner. You have to do the actual steps as a dancer to better learn how to dance. Naturalistic, being out in the nature to actually feel and experience reality. But what are these other personalities pa in terms of learning? So I think interpersonal would best suit Miss Jenny. Miss Jenny, can you share more? What is interpersonal learning or interpersonal intelligence?
Sorry, Dan, I was in mute.
Interpersonal po.
Yes, this interpersonal intelligence is more of a capacity to understand and the intention and motivation and desire of the other people. Alam mo, being an HR person, feeling ko, before, kahit wala pa rin ako sa HR, ganun na ako eh. Madali akong makasalamuha sa mga tao, and then madali din akong makapag-work with them. In a way, para ako dati ate na, gusto ko nagmo-motivate. Alam mo kasi being eldest, siguro na-influensyahan din yan eh, ng pagiging eldest ko. So, sino ba yung mga katulad ng may mga interpersonal na intelligence like si Mother Teresa, di ba? Marami siyang na-influensyahan. Ito yung mga influential people, di ba?
Yes. Thank you for that, Miss Jenny. How about our compensation manager from Union Bank, Miss Bass? Which multiple intelligence do you think you fall under?
I think parang naging obvious na siya kanina din sa dami na math. I think my intelligence really is geared towards the logical mathematical. Pag ganito po kasi yung intelligence ng tao, yung ability nila is inclined to analyze situation logically. Parang like ako, pag words ang nakikita ko, I like visual, sinabi ko po yun kanina. Pero pag words na yan, tapos binabasa ko, parang windang na ako. Pero pag numbers yan at may relationship, merong logical na relationship, may cause and effect, parang it excites me. It gears toward me. Pag may abstract, halimbawa na visuals, alam ko kung anong kasunod. Parang ganun, meron talaga mga taong or mga learners na dun talaga incline yung intelligence nila. So we base it on logic and then we examine cause and effect relationship. We also, pag ganun kasi na type of intelligence, it's more of clear facts and hard data rather than subjective information. So, ito po yung mga mga ganitong klaseng intelligence. It's the ability to make conclusions and observations based on facts or based on logic.
Wow. Okay. So, hindi pwede sa'yo, Miss Bas, yung sabi ni ganito, ganito yung tamang sagot.
No, dapat dapat may logic siya. So kung math yan, kung sa Excel yan, dapat meron pa yung checking. I-check mo pa, ipuprove mo pa. If halimbawa x plus y equals z, tama ba? Di ba sa math, meron yung i-check mo. So halimbawa, kung sa MDAS yan, halimbawa, so si multiplication, ang katapat niyan is division. So pwede mo yang i-check and balance, di ba? So ganun talaga, ganun yung mga logical mathematical intelligence person. But I'm not saying that I'm genius in that. It's just really that I'm more into it, parang mas dominant siya sa akin, something like that.
Okay. Ako po, when it comes to reviewing, I remember intrapersonal. Okay. I'm intrapersonal, meaning ito po yung in terms of personality na sinasabi nila. So interpersonal po si Miss Jen kasi more on influencing people siya. Magaling siya sa group works, ganyan. So she would excel more in working with others. Intrapersonal is working on your own or individually. So when it comes to siguro reviewing would be the best form of intrapersonal learning. Yeah. Because you have your isolation, you want quiet time, you want doing things on your own. Alright? So far, do we have any questions from the multiple intelligence theory? Going? Okay, feel free to give us a message through the chat box. I also have an existing question. I think only one answered though. Where would Ishan fall under in Gardner's multiple intelligence? Okay, so siguro obvious naman po sa presentation natin. For those who were not able to join in earlier, Ishan is the kid from Every Child is a Star. Okay, so Ishan has Ishan is dyslexic, so he can't read properly and see numbers properly because simply because the way of teaching traditionally does not suit him. So yes, that's right. Ishan is a visual learner, visual spatial learner. So painters, architects, engineers, yeah, those are the career paths that he could actually take in the future. And actually, meron pang isa. Although it's not shown in the video anymore, for Ishan to learn better, what his teacher did is to expose him to nature. Okay, so how he writes numbers, how he would put on the button of his polo, of his shirt, and a bit of bodily kinesthetic as well. Okay, so those are the learning approaches that was used for Ishan to learn better because he is very dominant as a visual learner. So he needed to be exposed to kinesthetic and naturalistic. So for those who haven't seen the movie, please do watch it. There's also a free movie streaming naman on YouTube. Yeah.
Then,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'd like to add lang kasi, di ba, siguro familiar yung mga tao ngayon na it's okay not to be okay. Nakita niyo doon yung isang character na si Sangte, di ba? Pumupunta siya sa, tinitingnan niya yung nature muna bago siya gumawa ng mural. And then, napakaganda ng mga drawings niya, di ba? Nakakabasa siya ng mga face, yan, di ba? Nakikita niya yung, dinadrawing niya yung emotions. So, sino ba sa inyo dito yung nanonood nung It's Okay Not to Be Okay? Napansin niyo po yun? Yung isang character doon, yung
Feeling ko,
brother.
Miss Jenny, maraming makaka-relate sa'yo. Ayan.
Yan.
So, feel free
much for
to chat
that.
with us. Yes, it's okay
Yes.
not to be okay. I saw one episode wherein I haven't seen the series pa. May tinatapos pa po akong K-drama. So, next in line ko po si It's Okay Not to Be Okay. Nakita ko doon, he's drawing emotions nga po. Sorry.
Napaka-touching and it's a family. So,
Yes.
let us go naman here, sabi niya, learners may switch from mode to one another, di ba? Parang ganyan. Is this statement true? For me, yes, alam mo. Kasi tayo dapat ready tayo na mag-switch sa kung ano yung mode ng learning natin. Marami kasing nakaka-apekto din sa kung bakit kailangan or nag-change yung learning mode ng isang tao. Possible na depende din sa topic, sa environment, or sa available na resources, o kaya kahit na yung tao na nagpa-facilitate ng learning lesson. Importante na tayo as a learner, habang nagmamature tayo, nadidiscover natin yung mga ibang bagay na learning style na makakapag-cope doon sa work natin. Katulad ngayon, di ba, hindi natin inaasahan na magkakaroon tayo ng ganitong pandemic. Sa totoo lang, sobrang drastic yung switch natin ng pag-change ng learning, di ba? For the teachers, di ba, hindi nila ina-expect na magiging ganito. Pero still, di ba, nakita natin na through the help ng mga maraming ng DepEd, ng lahat ng mga ibang non-organizational organization, nag-switch tula into this visual, di ba? So, ito yung magandang kaugalian natin kaya nating mag-switch o mag-iba ng learning natin ayon sa pangangailangan natin. So, believe ako sa mga teachers na kahit mahirap, kahit kaunti ang mga resources, pero still, andyan pa rin sila, ginawa pa rin nila kung ano pa man itong na-apply or bagay sa school na they are working with or they are teaching with.
Yes.
I love teachers. Then,
Yes, Miss Jenny. We love teachers. I also have friends who are actually teachers, both in private and public school. So it's really a difficult switch. Mas exhausting po kapag nag-switch tayo to online learning rather than the face-to-face because it really would require teachers to have more time, spend more time with students because not all of them learn at the same time. Or not all of them learn in the same way. So with that, we would like to share with you these conclusions in understanding learners. Ms. Bass?
Yeah, just to reinforce what you mentioned kanina, hindi naman talaga, wala talagang, kumbaga, one size fits all. So it's also a mix of everything. So it's really important for teachers na to understand there are really different students, there are really different learners, and there are really a lot of multiple intelligence which a student is really inclined to. So parang kung speaker ka, kailangan mo talagang maintindihan kumbaga yung audience mo po. So ganun din po tayong mga educators, mga teachers na kailangan din nating maintindihan yung mga how they behave or how our students behave so that we can better cater their needs. So it's really important to understand. And also, learners differ also in their levels of motivation, interest, experience, prior learning style, language capability, and ability to self-regulate in their study.
Yes. Thanks, Ms. Bass. So another point is that every student will not learn the same way as what we have been pointing out. But of course, our different teaching strategies or our different lesson plans, our different approaches would empower and encourage every student to learn on their own way. So our aim here is to give every student the opportunity to learn because we don't have one size fits all. Okay,
the third one is that the selected learning style should also be enable the learners to be adaptive and to be ready in the real world. So, katulad nga na nasabi ko kanina, di ba? Kung ano yung sitwasyon, madaling nakakapag-adapt naman ang mga learners. And then, alam ko na utang ng loob din natin to dun sa mga teachers nila na before, nung wala pa tong pandemic, na-discover na din nila kung anong klaseng learner yung mga student nila. And usually kasi every grading period, di ba, kinukuha natin, ako lang pala yung mom dito, kinukuha namin yung mga card ng mga anak namin, and then kinakausap kami ng mga teachers kung saan yung magaling or saan pa kailangan i-improve yung mga anak namin.
Yes, actually, aside from teachers or our mothers, housewives, and working moms at home would be assisting our children in learning. Yeah. So I'm not yet a mom, but I have my niece and nephews here, whom I'm also teaching through visual presentations. Yeah, in terms of reviewing. Okay, so. I don't think we have enough time though, but I would just like to share with you SWOT strategy, okay? Yung SWOT, in college, you would define this as strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. But here in this session, we would like to give a different meaning to SWOT, meaning study without tears. So this is supposedly a QR code to generate your answers and come up with a word cloud later on. Pero I think due to we don't have the luxury of time anymore, so siguro sa chat box na lang we can answer this one, no? What are the different types of activities we can implement to address different types of learners? Yan. So feel free to put it in our chat box. Siguro we can have 30 seconds. What are the different types of activities you want the learners to experience? What types of strategies do you want to put into? Ayan. Okay, so we're receiving new, ayan, differentiated instructions according to Miss Mary Jane. What else? Differentiated activities. Okay. So when we say differentiated activities, what are those? Yan. So we have solid example from Sir Edgar. Simulation of games. Trips. Ayan. Okay. Field trips. Role playing. Okay. That's one of my favorites. Field trips. Yan. Personality bingo. Yan. We have very trending nowadays. Mga bingo. Bingo cards in Instagram, in Facebook. Yan. Contextualized learning. Okay. Yan. So keep them coming. All right. So what are the different study without tears activities that you will be able to provide to your students? Experiential learning, quiz bees. Ayan. Debate or reporting. Ayan. Favorite ko yan. Collaborative learning. Games and simulation. Crossword puzzles. Okay. So the activities just keep on coming, no?
Yeah, then you know what I learned then, while the teachers actually answering answering the question. So it's just really the platform that has changed. This is my own reflection after
Yes.
this seminar. It's just really the platform, the technology, but the human is still in. So teachers still need to understand that the students, parang kumbaga na iba lang yung paandar, ganon. Pero din siya. Yung principles behind the teaching, it still stands. So the relationship building of the student and the teacher is still there. So nagganon ang teachers talaga di ba teachers are really the second parang second parent mo talaga. Ako, I can still really recall all of my teachers from elementary hanggang nag-college. They really play a big role in educating us, and it really is very helpful for us to succeed in life. Then are you sharing the screen? Sorry. So so just a recap, so that Gardner states that the learning style refers to the way an individual is really most comfortable approaching a range of tasks and materials. Multiple intelligence theory states also that everyone has those 8 intelligence, but it's of a varying degree of proficiency. Um, Also, research shows that students are more engaged and learn best when they are given various ways to demonstrate. I think the operative word is various ways to demonstrate their knowledge and skills, which also helps teachers more accurately assess student learning. That's actually from a research from Darling and Hammond. So technology has made it possible for people to access a variety of teachings and assessment depending on their needs. So it's just, yun lang yung nagbago. But I think lahat is ganun pa din. So we teachers, we just need to present a variety of activities and approaches to help our students really learn. So I think, Den, are you back? Sorry. I just have one activity for
Sorry.
It's okay. Technology, technical glitch. I'm so sorry.
Yes, it happens.
It happens. So baka mangyari din po sa inyo to mga teachers. At saka to be honest, kahit millennial po ako or medyo kapa din po ako sa technology, but then it's okay. That's really part of naman. So I would just like to pose to you a question or a reflection. What kayo po as teachers? So kanina kasi sabi natin, yun yung learners natin, we understand. Kayo din naman po, what's your own learning style as a teacher? So you then as a teacher, how the question or the challenge is how can you able to create a learning pathway to address the different types of learners? The QR code is actually a VARC. If you can scan the QR code, meron po yung VARC exam so that you will know what's your learning style as well. Because teachers need to learn as well in order to teach. So ganun po siya. So
Alright.
before we part ways, I'd like us to think about it and go within ourselves to understand how we learn.
Thank you for that, Ms. Bass. Thank you for sharing with us a good reflection about our topic today about understanding different learners. So the QR code po again is just for a free exam for you to assess your own self. Yan. So what type of learning type are you dominant in, or what's your inclination in terms of learning? So this way we would also know how we can better understand and empathize with our students. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I think I'll now be sharing. Ayan. Sir Raymond, you can just take a picture of this QR code sa phones po natin. Meron tayong QR code scanner. Yeah. So for all the participants, please stay. I think I'll now be turning over to Ms. Lay of TEMS. All right. So we're now sharing with you live how to enroll to our Heroes 2021 course. Again, this is for free. Just make sure that you have the coupon code.
Hi, Miss Des. Yeah.
Okay.
So let me
Can
just
we go
walk
to the instructions?
Yes,
Can we
sir.
please go to the instructions? So maraming salamat po sa lahat na dumalo sa atin ngayon. Bibigyan po namin kayo ng instruction. Ito po uli si Joel Santos ng Sense International School. Kung paano po kayo makakasali dito sa Heroes 2021 online course. Who will be giving the instructions, Link?
I could help them walk them through it.
Oh, sige. So makinig po kayo kasi bago po natin bigyan ng instructions, gusto lang po namin malaman. Ano po kayo? Saan pong mga syudad at mga regions po tayo galing? So, pwede nyo pa po ilagay sa chat box natin kung anong syudad o anong region po kayo galing. O Cebu, DepEd Caloocan, we have Pasig City, NCR Manila, Palawan, Bulacan, Caraga, El Nido, Calabarzon, Palawan, Mandaue City, Caloocan City, SDC, Calamba, Palawan, Laguna. Ang dami po natin galing sa Palawan. May Borongan tayo, may Samar, may taga Quezon Province, Antipolo, Mimaropa, Catanduanes, Leyte, Calabarzon, Caraga, Culion, Quezon City, Coron, Car, Cavite. Ano pa ba? Davac City o Davao ba yan? Imus, Pasay, Gumaca, Quezon, Taytay, Palawan. Ako, talagang ano po tayo, all over the Philippines. So, taga Bicol din po. Okay, marami pong salamat. Marami pong salamat. At mukhang marami po sa inyo nakakuha ng mga news na ito. So, ito po. Ibibigay na po namin sa inyo instructions how to enroll in the course. Tandaan niyo po, ang worth ng course na to is 3,500 pesos. Pero dahil po sa City Savings Bank, Union Bank at ating mga sponsors, libre na po to para sa DepEd teachers. So, tandaan niyo po, may stage 1 saka stage 2. So, enroll muna po tayo sa stage 1 bago tayo makapunta sa stage 2. So, Lay, pakidaan sila sa instructions natin para paano sila mag-enroll.
Good morning po. So you just have to go through the website, heroes2021.org. We will post the link later po. And then you would see in the page, ito po, Union Bank City Savings Course. So click nyo lang po siya. Yan. And then you will proceed to the create your Heroes account. So sign up lang po tayo. And then on the upper right corner of the page, click all courses. And then you will proceed po to this page, yung Union Bank, medyo mabilis po ang proseso. Yan, dito po sa page na to, i-click nyo lang po tong Union Bank City Savings, Stage 1, Flexible Learning Toolkit 101. So after you click, dito po kayo magpo-proceed, click enroll lang po. So makikita nyo po yung amount ng course, yung 3,000 po. So you don't have to, para hindi po kayo magbayad, just use the coupon code Union Bank _Heroes 2021 or City Savings _20 Heroes 2021. So pag na-add nyo po yung coupon, mag-free na po siya. And then, marireceive, once you po,
Paki-pause mo lang sandali. Ibalik mo doon sa coupon code. So, ayan po ito po yung coupon code. Pag nakita niyo yung 3,000 pesos, hindi ko kayo maglalagay ng 3,000 pesos. May tatanong po sa inyong coupon code. Gamitin niyo po itong coupon code, Union Bank _Heroes 2021 o City Savings _Heroes 2021. Okay? At malilibre na po kayo ng 3,000 pesos. So, ito pong coupon code na to binibigay namin sa inyo sa mga kasama niyo pong mga guro sa DepEd na hindi nakasama sa ating webinar ngayon. Pwede niyo rin pong ibigay sa kanila tong coupon code. Okay? Mamimili na lang po kayo kung Union Bank coupon code o City Savings coupon code. Depende po, pareho naman pong pamilya yung dalawang bangkong sponsor natin, piliin nyo na lang ko ano mas type nyo ilagay na coupon code. So, pwede nyo pong ibigay itong coupon code na to sa inyong mga kasama na hindi nakasama sa webinar ngayon. Kasi nga po, sabi namin, mahal na mahal namin kayo. Gagawin po namin ang lahat na lahat tayo maging prepared para sa online learning. Okay, so yan po yung coupon code. Okay. Nextly.
Once na po nakapag-enroll na po kayo, you will be directed to a screen that would say, thanks for enrolling. So yan lang po. Okay na po yan. Pwede na po kayong pwede nyo na pong start yung mga courses natin.
So, ito po yung asynchronous course na self-paced. Sabi ko po, sa mga hindi po nakasama sa atin, nung nagsimula tayo, you will go through the experience of being an online student. Di ba? The best way to be able to become an online teacher is to experience how it is to be an online student. So you will go through the self-paced or asynchronous course of the Heroes 2021. Tapos, you will then go through the webinars. Naka-schedule naman po doon sa ating program kung anong schedule ng mga webinars. Okay? So, with that, di ba? With that, we'd like, yung mga question po, wala pong bayad to, in-sponsor na po to ng City Savings Bank tsaka yung Union Bank. Diba? So, ang next live session po natin this Friday, 9 o'clock a.m. Dito pa rin po sa Facebook page naman ng Union Bank. Okay? So, punta naman po kayo sa Facebook page ng Union Bank o kaya mag-register po uli kayo. Diba? So, stop sharing na ayan, yan po. So, 28. So with that, marami pong salamat sa pagsama nyo. Ako po si Joel Santos, presidente po ng Thames International School. Di ba? Kasama po ng mga other training partners natin, si EduRescue, tsaka si AcadAsia Singapore. Gusto po namin magka-certificate kayo. Okay? Makukuha nyo po yung certificate nyo kapag nag-enroll na kayo sa course. Wala po kayong certificate ngayon kasi ang bibigay po talaga namin sa inyo is a certificate of achievement. May assessment po yan. So talagang pwede nyo pong gamitin. Hindi lang siya attendance, may assessment po yan. So please, ito po ang aming regalo sa aming mahal na mga DepEd teachers. Tutulungan po namin kayo. Kami po magkakasama, City Savings, Union Bank, Thames, EduRescue, tsaka AcadAsia para magbigay sa inyo ng kaalaman on how to be a certified online teacher. Stage 1 pa lang po to. We want to bring you all the way to stage 2. So pakisabi nyo na rin po sa mga regional directors nyo na kung gusto nyo lahat po kayo makasama sa aming libreng course, email nyo na lang po ang inyong mga City Savings Bank representative o ang inyong mga Union Bank representative. Nakalagay po ngayon ang coupon code. Again, check the chat room. Dalawa po yung coupon code. Union Bank _Heroes 2021 o City Savings _Heroes 2021. Okay, so ikalat niyo po ang magandang news sa inyong mga regional director na meron na pong program nationwide para po sa inyong lahat. Thank you very much. Maraming salamat sa ating napakagagaling na facilitators, diba? Si Rosan, si Jennifer, si Basil, Basil. Thank you very much for doing this. Thank you, Lay, for hosting this. Marami pong salamat. And in behalf of everybody, God bless you po. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sir Joel.
Thank you, teachers. Thank you, Sir Joel. Thanks, Lee.
Thank you, everyone.
See you again on Friday and Saturdays and the next Wednesday.